Hey, it's Nikki, your beach with my babies. I'm a little under 2 weeks post-op from my lower body lift. I thought I'd check in. Healing has been going really good, and I thought I would make a video to share some invaluable tools that I've had over the past, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days, 12 days to get me where I'm at. I am no longer walking with a walker. I'm almost able to stand up straight. I got cleared to drive, and I've been able to go to the grocery store and shuffle around and run errands. Also, of my 4 drains, 2 have been removed. I have 2 left. One's slated to get removed in a couple of days, and then probably my last drain I'll get removed next week. So for me, healing has been going very, very quickly. There's definitely some things that I think have aided with this, and I want to share that with you guys. Firstly, being able to get my cardiovascular health very, very good before surgery. Running 3 miles 3 times a week got my heart rate to a really good place. I also did circuit training 2 to 3 times a week on top of that. I know that seems like a lot, but I cannot stress enough how important it is to have your quadriceps strong and your biceps strong. And I'll be talking and demonstrating a little bit about that in a second. That's first and foremost been, I think, a huge thing in recovering. The other thing with recovering is I have been moving around a lot. Now, granted, the first 3 days after surgery, I really didn't move around at all. First 2 days after surgery, I barely got out. I mean, I didn't even get out of bed. The nurses neglected me. I actually had a really bad experience. I've talked about that before. But the first probably 36 hours after surgery, no one got my bed. My legs were still tied to the bed. I couldn't get up. The first time I got up to walk was very painful, very uncomfortable. I was kind of shocked at the how tight and swollen I was. I was hunched in this, I felt like I was 98 years old. I couldn't, it was unfathomable that skin could stretch that much that I would again be upright someday. So don't let that surprise you when you're in the hospital. It's a very dramatic change. Your mobility is very, very, very slighted. So you need to respect that. I only walked maybe once or twice, just maybe up the first day of the hospital. I walked maybe just a couple of times on the floor, just maybe 12 feet and back. I couldn't make it around the wing if someone paid me. I got wheelchaired down to the hospital. I got up and walked to my car, and from my car, lowering myself in and out of a car. That was extremely painful and uncomfortable. I had to have morphine right before I did that. And then once I got home, I was pretty laid up for the first day. So I'm not saying that I jumped right up and started walking around. You need to really respect your body and understand that the first couple of days, you're really on bed rest, and you need to just sleep and eat eat what you can to keep you from being nauseous. Nausea was a problem for me. My doctor prescribed me, where are they? Nausea pills. I had intravenous nausea medication, and then these I was supposed to take every 6 hours. I took them religiously for the first 4 days, every 6 hours. I only had a couple bouts of mild nausea, nothing really awful. So if you know that you run nauseous after meds, definitely request from the anesthesiologist or from your surgeon that you let your anesthesiologist know that you have nausea issues, and your doctor will make sure that you're well taken care of with that. My nausea was very, very well what is it, maintained, not maintained. Ugh, I don't want to maintain my nausea, but managed. It was very well managed. So once I was able to move, I use the walker exclusively. I've got a walker here. I'm going to show you my walker. I was told by my surgeon before I had surgery that, oh, you won't need a walker. You won't need a raised toilet seat. I needed a walker and a raised toilet seat. I just stopped using my walker yesterday. It has been an invaluable tool, one, because it helps me walk, which is very important, right? Narcotics and a walker, very important when you're trying to move around. But two, I use it as a rail to help lower me onto the toilet, lower me onto my bed. When I was ready to take a shower, my doctor recommended I not shower for a month. That wasn't going to happen. My mom graciously washed my hair on day 4, and it felt heavenly. And then day 5, I felt comfortable enough to get on a stool in my bathroom and take a shower. I'll show you my stool. I've used this stool a lot. I've got everything kind of right here around me. I have this stool. It folds, so it's a tall stool. It's a tall size, and it folds totally flat. This is great. I know a lot of people travel for their cosmetic or reconstructive surgery. I highly recommend this stool. It's plastic. I sit on it in the shower. It's something that my kids can use. I can use after surgery. In fact, it was our stool that we had for the last couple of years, and I didn't need to buy any sort of silly, shower bench or anything. I just used that stool. I folded it up after I was done using it, propped it in the bath, let it, drain, and it was great. It worked really, really well. So that stool was invaluable to me, okay? That stool helped me in the bath, to lower me in the bath. What I would do is I would hang my drains onto the side of my walker. I would sit in the bathtub. I'd put a shower curtain over, and kind of around me, and I had a hand shower, and I would shower. And then very carefully someone would help me, and then eventually I was able to get up. But the walker was able to drape my towel. It was able to drape the clothes I was changing into. Excuse me. It was able to drape my drains. I put all of my lotions and stuff right next to me on the sink in the bathtub, so I just had to reach, and I sat the entire time with the towel, kind of keeping me warm. It worked out really well. So getting up and showering definitely makes you feel like a new person and much better, much more healed. So walker, stool, totally invaluable. I talked about the raised toilet seat. I just disinfected it, so it's not, I promise, disgusting. But this is the raised toilet seat. I got it at Rite Aid. I bought it, and then I regretted buying it. It was about $50, and I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't. So we kept it in the package, and I thought, well, I probably won't need it after surgery, so we can just return it if I don't need it. So happy I had it, because just the slight lowering down, even on the raised toilet seat, was very difficult. I talked again about biceps and your triceps and lowering. This motion, which I'm going to demonstrate right now, this raising you up by your arms, okay, on the walker, and then raising you down slowly, is critical for you not putting any strain on your abdominals. You will hurt a world of pain if you put any strain on your abdominals. So a good exercise is to build this, because again, you have to do this motion to get you into bed. You have to do this motion to get you onto the toilet. You have to do this motion to get you into a chair, out of a chair. You're going to need it. Obviously, bicep curls, tricep presses at the gym are going to help this out. And then also the dips. I hate dips, right? This dip motion. Okay? I hate dips. Ask either one of my trainers, and they will tell you that I turn into the Wicked Witch of the West every time they brought up a dip, and I got very snarky with them when I had to do those. But I thank you, Abby and Adam, for all the dips you made me do. So that was really, really important, okay? Also, that squatting with your legs, you being able to bend down and slowly lower yourself. That's really, really important, getting into bed, getting on and off chairs, getting on and off the toilet, because again, it puts no strain on your abdominals, your triceps, your quadriceps, and your biceps and triceps are taking the bulk of your weight. A good way to build that up is wall sits. Okay, obviously leg presses, wall sits, and squats. The more you do those, the better. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate how to get in and out of bed because I really feel like what the physical therapist said to me in the hospital has been invaluable and has really added to my swiftness in getting very mobile again and getting my skin comfortable again to be able to move. Firstly, when you get out of the hospital, or when you start getting in the hospital, you need to be in charge of getting yourself in and out of the bed. The other person is there for your support. They're not to pull you up. They're not to push you up, because you're the only one that can feel the pressure around your wounds. Now, a lot of you are going to be having confinement or constrictive garments afterwards. My surgeon does not believe in those because he feels that they cut blood circulation to certain parts of the wound, and it actually impedes healing. So for me, he did internal sutures plus stitches, plus he put a medical glue all over, which you'll get to see when I show you at the end of this video, my tummy. Which it looks kind of gross because it's sealed with my blood, but it's not. It's dry now. It's starting to slowly kind of peel. I got to be a little more careful with it. But it held my incisions together under enormous amounts of pressure. There were days where I felt like I was going to pop. That there was no way that I could move without popping, and I never did. But it was amazing how well this held up. Okay, so I've had a slightly different experience. I don't wear the garments, but it has definitely helped me to keep my mobility. Anyway, getting in and out of the bed, okay? Now, when you're sitting on the edge of the bed, to get up, you want both your hands, okay, in front of you. You don't want any of your hands behind because that's going to engage your abdominals, and the physical therapist was very, very strict about this. So both hands in front of you, and while someone is easing your legs, they've got their hands underneath your feet, and they're going off of your cues, you slowly push yourself up off the mattress using your arms and your biceps, not using your abdominals, while the other person eases your legs off the bed and then maybe helps slowly support your shoulder to get you to an upright position. It will be uncomfortable. It's impossible to not engage your abs at all, but the more you use your arms and the more you use the gravity of your legs to help upright you, the easier it's going to be, okay? And then you have the walker in front of you. You can use your arms to slowly edge to the edge of the bed, take the walker, and you slowly shift yourself onto the walker. It is very uncomfortable, and it may take you a second. There's no reason that you need to jump out of bed immediately, okay? Getting back into bed, same thing, but in reverse. I use my walker, I got to the edge of the bed, and then I would use my arms, and I would ease myself down to the mattress, okay? Then my husband would bring the stool, because I got dangly legs, I'm short. I'd put the stool underneath my feet, and then I'd once again, with the stool, push up and ease myself further back onto the mattress so that I was as far back as I possibly could go. Then I'd take my hands, put them in front of me again so they're on the mattress in front of me, okay? And I would lower myself very slowly while my husband cradled my legs, and he would follow my cue, and I would lay down first on my side, okay? This is a little uncomfortable. And then he would help me slowly roll to my back and have a pillow ready, and he'd slide it underneath my knees. Now, the pillows that I found best for under my knees, I didn't buy any of the fancy wedge pillows and things like that, because my physical therapist really wanted me to get laying flat as quickly as possible, and you can't do that in these special cradle pillows. So I found the king size, not the standard pillows, but the king size pillows were the best. When I got sewn back together, my feet, which naturally would be forward, because now the skin is pulling on my hips, they splayed out. Well, what that happens when I relax, my legs would just roll open. Standard pillow, they would roll off, and it was really uncomfortable because my knees would fall off the pillow. The king-size pillows, those big pillows, were long enough to support my legs. I'd have 2 pillows at first underneath my knees, 2 pillows underneath my feet, and then I had this, oh God, this has been invaluable. It's a mini Bucky neck pillow for travel. Okay, it just goes behind my neck. I had this underneath my neck, and I had 2 pillows underneath my head to kind of help give me support. I start off laying like that. My physical therapist told me slowly, eventually, to take the pillows down. Take the pillows down. Now I'm down to just 1 pillow underneath my legs. I can also sleep modified on my side. How I do that is I take the king pillow and I ease one of my knees under it so that it's between my legs, and I roll myself to about a quarter turn on my hip. I'm not completely on my side. I put a pillow behind my back and a pillow on my front, and I kind of relax onto that pillow, and I get, my legs elevated where they need to be. I truly believe that by aggressively and working with my pain, easing myself into lying as flat as possible, as quickly as possible, has enabled me to stand up straight very, very quickly. Because it stretches the skin, it stretches the muscle, it gets the sutures just under just mild tension. It's just, I found the best way. So hopefully that will be helpful for some of you. Other things that I found invaluable, I'll go through my tools. Okay, my eye patch, it's by Bucky, invaluable in the hospital. Invaluable at home, sleeping in the day, okay? My Bucky pillow, the little neck pillow, the mini, invaluable. Mirror. Found a hand mirror is really important to see your wounds because you aren't going to be able to go like, just look. You got to have that. Back tracing, which is like Neosporin. I don't put this on my general wound, my incision, but I did put it on my belly button, and I put it on where they sutured the pain pump to me. I put it on those to decrease chances of infection. Cotton rounds, okay, and rubbing alcohol. I wet 2 cotton rounds with rubbing alcohol, and then what I do with the rounds, I'll show you my pump. My pain pump's down here. It's right here. At the base of the pump, I would take the 2 pads and pinch, and then I'd work up, draining the pump, draining the fluid into the bag that collects the fluid. I do that every 3 hours to prevent leaking. I still leak. Now that my drains have been in for 2 weeks, it's not uncommon that they leak a little bit around the edges where they are going to the body. So I got these from my doctor. They're just sterile pads, and I have paper tape, and I roll them and kind of place them. Might be TMI, but I don't wear any underwear because the drains, it hits the drains and it's very uncomfortable. Other quick things. Tell you what, I'm going to show you guys my incision, and I'll go over kind of some of the medication and food things that were helpful in the next video. So this is part 1. See you in a second.